Okay, guys. So out of the three movies I seen, the second one I seen was Promised Land, with Matt Damon, and it's got a pretty good cast actually. It's a very good ensemble cast. Uh, but it's directed by Gus Van Sant and written by Matt Damon and John Krasinski. So when I first seen it, I was very anticipated for it because I really like Matt Damon. I like him as a writer, and I love him as an actor. And well, I'm not too frequent on Gus Van Sant's work. The few movies I've seen of his, I do enjoy. So, but then I hear he's got a lot of shit movies, so I probably will never watch those. But the ones I do like, I really enjoy. But anyways, this movie came and the reviews started coming out, and they're really rotten. It's got like a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, and they said the movie's very predictable and preachy. Uh, so I went into it expecting very low expectations. I didn't expect a lot out of this film, but I knew it was going to be predictable and preachy going in. So remember those two words. So as soon as it started, I was having a hard time getting into the movie for the first 20 minutes. It starts off pretty slow. But once they start getting into the storyline, really getting into it, I really began to just enjoy this movie. I kind of let the barrier of these expectations of being bad just go, and once I let go of those, I really got into the story, and I actually really enjoyed the movie. The thing that's the best part about this movie is three things. One, Matt Damon is one of the most likable actors. When he's playing that role of a likable guy, he's very, very likable. And he just oozes chemistry. He oozes like charisma. And that's one thing I really like about Matt Damon. He just oozes charisma. In this movie, he is not a good guy. He does not work for the good people. And that's what kind of threw me off a bit, was because his character is technically a bad guy. But everything comes to play a bit in the end, but I won't spoil anything. But the second thing is there's fantastic dialogue in this film. It is very dialogue driven. There's no action. It is all written. And so the key to a movie like this is it has good dialogue, and that's what this movie has. If it has poor, shitty dialogue, then you get lost. You get lost in it, and you don't care and stuff like that. And a lot of people might have felt that way. I didn't. I thought this had terrific dialogue. And Matt Damon, out of the couple movies that he's written, I really enjoy his dialogue. He knows how to write a conversation between two people. And the next thing that I love is there is great chemistry with all the characters in this film. Frances McDormand and Matt Damon share good chemistry. Rosemary DeWitt and Matt Damon share amazing chemistry in this movie. John Krasinski and Matt Damon, good chemistry. And that's just because good actors with good direction can share good chemistry. And that's what this film had going for it, those three things. But now getting into a few of the negatives, it is very preachy. It throws its issue, and it goes right at you, man. And I think with a movie like this, written by liberals, they're very liberal people, and they're very adamant about the things that they're for. They're activists. Matt Damon is one of the biggest activists, and so is John Krasinski. So when you think about that, it's going to be very heavy-handed. That's coming. So I don't know why people were so offended by it, because you knew that this movie was going to be fucking preachy. It's about such a heavy subject. It's about oil and how it's destroying, things in our country. So you knew it was going to be like that. So I don't know why people were complaining. And then when people say it's cliche, I get that. I knew that. When at the beginning it's going to be cliche, and it's not going to it's always going to be there. How it's going to end. Because there's those movies that you're just going to go, okay, that's how it's going to end. You shouldn't let the cliche aspect bother you. You just got to go along with the journey. I'm more offended by movies that are lazily cliche. When they actually have, they could avoid being cliche, but they still are. And they're lazily written, and they make me feel stupid. I think that's when I get offended by cliche. And I don't think Promised Land does that. I think they actually, they keep it going the entire time. It's going to be cliche, and so it ends being cliche, The final bit of the film is a bit it's very heavy-handed, and it you know, it's a bit cliche, but don't let those things bother you. And I really think you'll enjoy Promised Land. Like I said, it's got great acting. It's got a good ensemble cast. A few fun characters. That's the best word to put it, and very good dialogue, good direction, and you know, it's very passionate. And I think that's what I like about it most, is it's very passionate. But I would give it an 8 out of 10. I did enjoy this film. But again, it does have a few flaws, but I really enjoyed it. Go see Promised Land. Don't let that rotten score affect you. If you did see it, let me know. Tell me if you agree with the clichéness. I don't know if I got that point across better. I could have probably got it across a little bit better, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know, leave a comment or something. Yeah, so go see Promised Land. I did enjoy this movie, regardless of its 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. I thought it was very good. So, yeah, thanks.